Hello. Just move that out of the way for a moment. So many people have asked me about my book, The Eye of Erasmus, that I decided to read you a short excerpt from it. Erasmus let out a satisfied sigh. He was happy. No woman had invaded his inner sanctum, and none ever would. If he ever felt like their company, he would go into the village, and he was never short of offers. Tonight he had made up his mind to work late, and then rise with the dawn. Feeling a chill about his body, he relit the fire, topping it up gradually with the kindling wood. As the fire took hold and warmed him, he began to feel sleepy. He found himself unconsciously focusing on the flames. After a few moments, they seemed to dance before his eyes, leaving him almost in a trance. He had experienced this before, of course, but not to this intensity. So he allowed his body and mind to go along with it. Suddenly, the flames seemed to part slightly, and within the smoke a vision appeared. Erasmus was mesmerized. He could see a large, opulent room, which he realized was a bedroom. There were many coloured drapes hanging from the ceiling to the floor. On a large, four-poster bed, which was covered in a silk counterpane, was the most beautiful woman he had ever seen. She was delicately dressed in sky blue. Her tiny feet uncovered, she lay there sleeping. Her long blonde hair was dressed in a plait which lay over her shoulder. It was bound at the end in blue ribbon and resting on her bosom. Her long blonde eyelashes in sleep were curled, but still covered her eyes. As he continued to watch the vision, his strength ebbed from him, and he felt weak. A completely new experience for him. He could not take his eyes from the woman. For the first time he was experiencing love, and knew he had to possess this woman, whoever she was. He would find a way and wouldn't give up until he succeeded. His ability to read minds didn't hold as much interest these days, and it became boring to him. Recently, though, he had discovered, while sitting quietly in his cave and meditating, that he could transport his body through time. On one occasion, he had decided to visit the village, merely by thinking about it. His body was still in the cave, but to all intents and purposes, his being was in the village, walking about, holding conversations when it suited him. He cackled to himself at the thought. Whoever this beautiful woman was, he intended to have her. He sat back and watched the vision slowly fade as Shasta stretched her lithesome body and opened her eyes. For a moment she seemed startled, and then the flames replaced all that he had witnessed.